Most of us are guilty of that. You do the same all back every time because you're wearing wigs. Don't, please switch up on that. Come back and thank me because I know you would see the results, so make sure you thank me later.
Hold it tight, girl, I'ma show you like every night, so let me back and get that left right from my back. Let me to the end, I'ma take it down low. Move it to the top, I'ma take that slow.
Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Oligunwa, if you didn't know that before, and today I'm going to be giving you 20 tips on how to grow your hair longer and faster, plus one extra tip. So if you've been wondering, you've been wanting to grow your hair long, you've been wanting to grow your hair full, and you've been wondering how to go about it, you are in the right place. So stay tuned and we'll get right into it. So it's not a new thing that we know, like black people most times struggle with getting their hair long, especially if you have like natural hair, like you've not relaxed your hair. And a funny but true fact, let's just say a fun fact, is relaxed hair is actually like harder to grow out than natural hair. So if your hair is not relaxed, it's actually not a problem. You can actually grow your hair longer faster than someone who has relaxed hair, because when your hair is relaxed, it just means you have to give your hair extra care and attention. My hair was texlaxed. It means like texturized. You put in the relaxer, but you don't put it in for too long, so you just make it like you just had that texture to it, but you don't fully straighten it out. And my hair is naturally really full, but it got fuller with my whole hair care journey, so it tends to be a lot to deal with on my wash days or when I'm trying to get my hair done. So I went fully relaxed with my hair, and I didn't really notice much difference because I still relax my hair just twice a year rather. So I still get that undergrowth, I still deal with the natural hair and all of that. But if you feel your hair is like too tough, you can't handle it in the natural state, you could texturize your hair, but you still want it to look natural, you could texturize your hair, put your relaxer in, don't leave it for more than 10 minutes, wash it out, and your hair still looks natural but has that texture like it's relaxed. So let's get right into the tips. Number one tip is to co-wash your hair twice a week. Co-wash your hair twice a week, at least twice a week, especially if you are someone that you go out on a regular basis, you go to work every day, you get like, even if you are going to be driving your car to and fro, or you use Uber, you could still get like dust and all of that into your hair, talk less of if you are using public transport. So all of that dirt and build up tends to like clog your pores and like restricts your hair from growing. I don't know how to explain that, but yeah, basically you're supposed to keep your hair clean, but you don't want to shampoo your hair every time, because then it would rid your hair of all the important oils and nutrients that your hair needs to grow. So in order not to be too harsh on your washing, like you want your hair to be clean but you don't want to get rid of all the oils and all the beneficial things your hair needs to grow, you just co-wash. What is co-washing? Co-washing is just simply washing your hair with a conditioner. Though mind you, when you do this, you want to try as much as possible to prevent the conditioner from touching your scalp too much. So you just condition your hair and wash your hair. Like let's say this is my hair, this is obviously not my hair, but you just wash this part with your conditioner, wash it off, like wash out the dirt and all of that build up. So you could do that twice a week if you know you go out a lot. But if you're an indoor person like me, you could just co-wash your hair once a week. And if you feel you need it more, maybe you've been to the beach, you could do it more than 2 times a week, but just try to co-wash at least once a week or twice a week. Then the other tip, which I already mentioned, is avoid over shampooing. Don't shampoo more than once a week. If you feel you have to wash more than once a week, then opt for co-washing instead. So if you feel, oh, my hair is too dirty, I've been to a lot of places today, I need to wash my hair, but you already co-washed your hair that week, or you already shampooed your hair that week, but then you were playing in the sand at the beach, your hair got dirty, you want to wash your hair, opt for conditioner instead. Like wash your hair out with a conditioner if you already used a shampoo that week. These are the little things that we overlook or we do, and it kind of hinders your hair from growing. Also, for people that wash their hair once in 2 months, please please stop that. Like, when I still used to go to the salon, I see people where they just get to the salon and the hairstylist is like, oh, your hair is too dirty, you have to wash your hair before you make this new style. So you don't wash your hair till your hairstylist tells you your hair is dirty. Like, your hair shouldn't be visibly dirty. Like, it shouldn't get to that stage. If you wash your hair once in 2 months, please stop it. If you wash your hair like twice a year, you already know what you are doing wrong. So at least try to wash your hair twice a month, at least twice a month, with shampoo and then conditioner. So deep condition at least twice a month, that just falls under washing your hair at least twice a month. So when you wash your hair, what is the proper step for your hair wash day? If you didn't know that, I'm going to give you now. When you want to wash your hair, whether you want to do any hair treatments, I'm just going to leave that aside, but there are several hair treatments you can do. You can do a clay mask treatment, you can do egg treatment. Like, there are several treatments you can do. We'll probably get into that later. But to wash your hair, the first step is to pre-poo. It is important. What is pre-poo? Not poo like poo but like what you do pre-shampooing. So you find like a good hair oil, put those oil in your hair. It's better to do it like overnight. I usually do my pre-poo overnight. Like, I put it in, then I sleep, then I wake up the next day because I know I want to wash my hair the next day. You call it a wash day. My wash day basically sometimes takes like 2 days when I'm doing extra treatments, but if you're not doing extra treatments, it shouldn't take you more than a day. So you put your oils in, sleep. Maybe if you have a processing cap, that would really help a lot. If you don't have a processing cap, put your oils in, wear your just take a nylon bag, whatever, just put it on your hair and tie it, then wear your hair bonnet on it so you don't get those oil all over your bed or your pillow when you're sleeping at night. Then in the morning you take it down. It's usually good to have your hair like in sections when you do your pre-poo, or like put it in bantu knot when you do your pre-poo, and then you shampoo. When it's time to wash your hair, you shampoo. Focus your shampooing on your scalp. You don't want to put too much shampoo on your hair strands, so focus your shampooing on your scalp. Then once that is done, you go in with your conditioner. Just condition your hair, wash your hair with your conditioner. That's one trick. Your shampoo is supposed to be focused on your scalp and your conditioner should be focused on your hair. Not like you can't use your shampoo on your hair if your hair is really dirty, but just don't just like focus your shampoo on your hair. Then do not focus your conditioner on your scalp because it's probably going to block your curls or that. I don't know all of that scientific whatever, but yeah, I don't know how to explain it. So yeah, just don't focus your conditioner on your scalp, don't focus your shampoo on your hair. So when you do that, you shampoo, rinse it out, then you condition your hair, wash your hair with your conditioner, rinse it out. Then you can leave your hair to like get damp. Then you go with your deep conditioner, which is very important. So then you put in your deep conditioner, leave it in for a while, for as long as you want to, or as long as it's stated on your deep conditioner. Then you rinse that out and you can say you're done. So you just wait for it to be dry and then you can go ahead with your extra hair process. So after that, never skip the leave-in conditioner. Even though yeah, it's your wash day, I already used my conditioner, I already deep conditioned my hair. Why should I still use a leave-in conditioner? Oh baby, your hair needs a lot of moisture. Like, your hair needs a lot of moisture because our hair is naturally curly. Like, we don't have that straight hair where when you just put products it will just enter into your hair strands. It is curly, so you have to make sure. That's why it is good to work in sections. So you have to make sure that your products are getting into your hair. So whatever you do after you wash your hair, don't just wash your hair and then, oh, I've washed my hair, and you just go and sit down and go about your day and just leave it like that till you are ready to make your hair or something. No baby, nope. You have to maybe go in with your hair butter, your hair cream, your leave-in conditioner, then maybe sealing that moisture with oil, especially if you don't plan on making your hair that same day. Even if you want to make your hair that same day, you follow that same process. Put in your hair butter, put in your leave-in conditioner, sealing the moisture with oil, and then you can go and start making your hair, whatever you want to do. So also, please avoid it. If you can, avoid it. Let's say you're at the salon. I am going to move this up. Let's say you're at the salon and you're in a hurry, you want to use the hair dryer because you just washed your hair. Try to like minimize that. So when you know you are going to be in a hurry, don't go to wash your hair. Go when you know you have time. So when you are done washing your hair, just sit down, go on TikTok, go on your phone, go on Instagram, go on YouTube, do something with your phone or watch a movie. Let your hair dry. That's why the H factor comes in. Avoid it as much as you can. No unnecessary, oh you just wash your hair, you go under the dryer, you just do this, you use a dryer, you just, or straighten your hair every time. I've only straightened my hair once this year. Is it even this year or last year? I have a video on it on my channel. But yeah, so just try to avoid it as much as possible. And if for any reason you are going to use it, make sure you have your heat protectant in. Also, detangle with care. Brush gently when detangled. Maybe after you already washed your hair. Don't just, Lord, let's not even talk about the days when I used to go to the salon. You all know I make my hair myself, but then when I used to go to the salon, just see someone just wash their hair and they just take a very wide tooth comb and pew, pew, from the front all the way down, and the person's hair will be tangled, but they just pull it. They just want to brush everything out. No, please, because your hair is constantly growing. The reason why you don't see it is because you are constantly cutting it out, so you don't see what is growing, because as it's coming from the root, you are taking it out from the end. That's the problem most of us have. So when you want to detangle your hair, if possible, divide your hair into 4 parts. Take one side, start from the tip, go slowly to the roots. Do the other side, do the other side, do the other side. Then you can now brush it all together. So detangle with care and use a brush that you know works for you. If you know a wide tooth comb is going to like rip your hair out at that point, maybe because you didn't brush your hair out, or you did comb your hair out when you condition. I don't comb my hair or brush till I'm done with my wash day, and I divide my hair into like 10 to detangle. I start with my fingers before I even go with a brush or a wide tooth comb. So, but make sure you detangle properly, but detangle with care. Take your time. Don't rush when you're detangling. Take your time. So that's just it. Then walk in sections. That's just what we talked about, especially when you're detangling. Walk in sections. Even if you are maybe washing your hair. For people like me, full hair gang, you can wash your hair in sections so you can get to every part of your hair, so you don't like leave one side deserted. Invest in a brush that is customized for your hair type. Oh, I don't have any of my hair brushes here, but there is this new hair brush that I found that is wonderful for my hair. Like, it just works wonders for my hair. It's almost like a weave-on brush, but not those ones just those ones with the spiky mouth. Those weave-on brush with the spiky mouth, it works wonders for my natural hair. Like, I love it. So you have to find something that works for you. That brush works for me, it might not work for you, so you have to find something that works for you. Like, invest in proper hair tools. Wide tooth comb, make sure you have a wide tooth comb. Make sure you have a brush that is good for your hair. You don't want those tail combs. You shouldn't be using that on your hair. It's too tiny. There's no how it will rip your hair out. But I see people using those tiny combs to comb their hair. Anyways, yeah, so move on. Ditch your cotton towel. Okay, this is one thing that even I myself, I won't lie, I still use my cotton towel. But the reason why I say ditch your cotton towel is so you don't, it has this, if when you rub it on your hair, it will like pull your hair out. So you don't want to, you're supposed to use like satin material, those kind of things to just dry out your hair, pat it dry, because it's very gentle on your hair. Unlike cotton towels that would just like, your hair will just tangle all over it and rip it out. So what I do instead, since I did not ditch my cotton towel, and if you don't want to ditch your cotton towel, the alternative is just when you wash your hair, instead of taking your towel and let's say this is my towel. Instead of taking your towel and like you want to dry your hair, I just wrap, okay, I can't wrap this around my head. I just wrap the towel round, like do that turban kind of style. Just wrap it round and leave it on my hair. So basically what that does is it would stop the water from dripping all over my body. So the water is dripping into the towel, so my towel is just there. I'm not rubbing it against my hair, it's just tied on my hair there. And I don't make it too tight. I make sure I go below my edges, that kind of thing. And I make sure I don't tie my hair into the towel so it doesn't like rip it out. So when you do that, just tie, I don't know how to explain how to tie it, but basically you can just take your towel, take it to the front, turn it to the back, tie it at the back. That's just it. And then you leave it for like all the water to drip out. And when you feel like you don't like, the sides of your towel will get wet obviously, so then you just take out your towel. At that point, maybe you leave it for like 15 minutes, 30 minutes. At that point your hair is no longer dripping, so you just take it out and then let it air dry. You don't rub your towel, like don't take your towel and oh, I just washed my hair, it would rip out your hair. So when you do that, you just take out your towel, let it air dry, then you continue with your hair care process. So but if you can, ditch your cotton towel, okay? For people I don't know, I have like 2 towels I don't know. If you have a very big satin scarf, whatever, if you have a very big satin scarf, you could use that instead to just dry out your hair. And you know you are dedicating that to drying your hair whenever you wash it, just that you have to wash it immediately obviously. So if you have that, you can do that. But I don't have a big satin scarf and I have never actually thought of getting, maybe I would get one. So if you have that, you use that instead. If not, just tie your towel around your head, but don't rub your hair with your cotton towel. That's just the gist, okay? Protect your edges. This is important, please. I even like the new trend with the old baby hairs because it actually helps a lot of people protecting their edges. I remember those days when you go to the salon and you are trying to get Ghana weaving, I think that's what they call it, and the stylist is trying to pick even the tiniest hair in front of your hair, like they're trying to pick it in. No, please. If you're at the salon and like, just tell them to leave out your edges. Protect your edges at all costs. Leave out your edges, don't rub on your edges, don't pick on your edges, all of that things you do. That's why some people don't have edges, like you are busy doing something, you're just picking on your edges or you're twisting it. All of that will make you like cut out. So protect your edges. You can use the edge band. There are a lot of things. Oil your edges, like don't abandon the edges. Basically when you take care of your hair, just know these ones are like the babies, they are more sensitive, so you have to like do the same for them, give them the same care and pampering, okay? So get your regular trims. This is one thing that is like an issue. People be like, I'm trying to grow my hair long, why would I be cutting it again? Baby, if you don't cut it, it's still going to cut, because our hair sheds normally, like your hair would shed, but when you have split ends, it only leads to more split ends, and it only leads to your hair like cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting. So that's why it's always good to get rid of split ends before it gets worse. So trim your hair regularly. I basically trim my hair, I think I trim my hair like twice a year. So whenever I relax my hair, I trim my hair, and I trimmed it myself. So if you want to see how to trim your hair yourself, you can also check that video out, and you can trim your hair yourself. All these things you can do it yourself. It's called self-care, baby. Even though you could still pay someone to get it done for you, but I don't know, I just like to get things done myself. So get regular trims, lock it up. For some people, okay, like for the guys, you don't want to go through all those, even though you still would do it, but you just won't like have the whole extra stress of like styling your hair, because protective styling is important. If you do all of that, you still have to like put protective styles in so it doesn't like just disappear, all your hard work doesn't just poof out. So for guys or people that, ladies that you don't have time to be going to the salon every time, that's why maybe you just want to cut your hair because you don't have time, or you could just go dreadlocks. It's cute. I did one time but my dad didn't like it, so he cut it. But yeah, so like you could just lock it up, like So you could just lock your hair up but still do your co-washing, do your shampooing, conditioner, all of that, still do the hair care, but just that you don't have to worry about putting your hair in a protective style because it's already in the best protective style there is. So people that have like dreadlocks, you guys actually get like the maximum length because you can't, unless you take a scissors and cut your hair at the bottom, you're not losing any hair. It's just growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. So that's like the easiest way to get your hair to be low. Just lock it up and take care of it. You get very long hair. Be mindful of protective styles. Yes, if it hurts, then it's not a protective style, baby. You go to the salon, you get back home, you have to use paracetamol. Hell no. Then it is not a protective style, darling. It is not. If you go to salon and say, oh, I want to have a protective style too. What is a like, yo, it's literally in the word protective style. Protective. It's supposed to protect your hair. So why the fuck is my head on fire? Why does it feel like you're trying to pull out my scalp? When I still used to go to the salon, Lord, I'm grateful that it's over. Last time I was at the salon was 2 years ago, and that's because I came back from camp and I was stressed. Before that, let's remove that one time. Last time I was on the salon was like 6 years ago. I've been making my hair myself, braids, everything. I've been doing it myself. So like then I would go to the salon and they would tell me, oh, I said, you want to make your hair? Like, your hair is so full. It's okay, don't worry, wait. People will be coming, they'll be attending to those people before me because my hair is full. And then when it finally gets to my turn, I will not finish making my hair. I will not get to and my head will be pounding. Like, I'll be feeling my scalp swollen. Like, what the fuck? 2 different times before I finally canceled going to the salon. Like, I got home and I had to take a cotton comb to loosen out the hair. Like, it's not me you will kill. My sister will be like, just take paracetamol. I'm like, ugh, why? Why does it have to be painful? It shouldn't be. You have Ghana weaving, you get Ghana, whatever the fuck you are doing, it shouldn't be painful. I braid my hair myself, I do Ghana weave myself, I sleep well. Like, I would sleep well that night because I don't feel pain. You're not supposed to be pulling on every strand. Yo, like, maybe solution for people that can't make their hair themselves. If it always happens to you when you go to the salon, just tell them, please don't make it too tight. Like, don't make it too tight, just lightly. Like, there's no reason to. Why? They'll say they want it to last long. No, it wouldn't. It doesn't make a difference. The only thing it's going to do is when you now finally take out your hair and you're losing out the attachment, you start seeing your hair that has pulled out in the attachment. After the old pain, you will now lose your hair again. No, baby, no. So if it hurts, it is not a protective style. A protective style is just to like put your hair, tuck your ends in, put your hair in, so you don't get like the ash effect from the sun, so you don't like rub it against anywhere, or you don't touch it. Like, you just don't have any reason to lose the hair. So if you go get your hair done, like, and you mind you guys, not every fine style you see online would work for you. Like, you see something, oh, it's so pretty, I want to get that done. You have to know your hair type. You have to know your, like, some people have very light hair, some people have very thick hair, some people have full hair, some people have scanty hair. So if you have scanty hair, you also gonna do one hairstyle with that because it looks good on somebody that has very full hair. It might fuck your hair up because they're trying to make it look like that. I don't know if you guys get it, but basically just be mindful of the kind of protective styles you get, because if you do all of the other tips and then you go fuck it up with your protective style, you won't see any results. That's why people lose hair, basically. Let's just stop talking about this, but it's sad. Like, it hurts my soul. So yeah, like, just be mindful of the kind of protective style you get. Then less manipulation. Always ensure your hair is in a protective style so you don't have to manipulate it often. This is for people that can't leave their hair. Like, you get a protective style done after a week or 3 days, you take it out to get another one done. I know you're a big girl, but are you trying to grow your hair out or not? Are you trying to make your hair grow? Like, no, some people don't want their hair to grow, so if that's true, then it's fine. But if you're trying to make your hair grow, then that is wrong, baby. It is wrong. So like, you have to reduce the way you manipulate your hair. Like, that's why they say put it in a protective style, because if it's not in a protective style, you wake up in the morning, you have to comb your hair out. But we know how our hair is, and like, let's say your hair is even relaxed, or you just even relaxed your hair, by the next day it's already like shrinked. If your hair is natural, maybe it's all full, like next day it's already like shrinking, so you have to comb it out, find a way to style it. You get back, you tie your bonnet, you have to go out to buy something again, you brush it out, you come back, the next day you have to go to work, you comb it. That's what, like, we don't want that. Like, less manipulation, we don't want that. So like, whenever I wash my hair, I don't leave my hair out for more than a day or 2 days. That's 2 days is when it's going to take me like 2 days to make my hair because I'm being lazy, or 3 days because I'm doing it, and I just put it in a bantu knot nowadays and just leave it. So less manipulation. You don't want to make your hair this week, you go to Ghana weaving, then the weekend you take it out, you go back, you say you want to get braids in. No. If you want, like, oh, you want to switch up your styles, that's why we have wigs, and we're very grateful for wigs. Like, yo, we even have braid wigs now. We have locked wigs, what they call those crochet kind of things. We have different kind of wigs. Then if you want to, okay, you're a big girl but you want to grow your hair out, then invest in wigs. So when you know your protective style today is you just do all back, you can leave that in for like 2 weeks, leave it for like 3 weeks, and then you just wear wigs, different wigs, switch up your style, then you take it out, if possibly for a month, because the longer you leave it in for, the better it is actually. So just reduce manipulation. You don't want to be touching on your hair every time. So like, growing your hair out is just into 2 stages. Number 1 stage is to ensure proper growth, like do things to make sure that your hair is actually growing, like keeping your scalp clean, all of that. Make sure your hair is actually growing, because some people's hair don't grow because their scalp is like, there's so much build up, their hair is so dirty, there's no space for it to come out. So number 1 is to make sure it's actually growing, and number 2 is to make sure the one you have is intact. You're not losing the one you have, basically. So that's just it. So after that, switch up on protective style. That's another thing. So yeah, we know we said wigs are good, but there's another issue. So majorly, like, when you're wearing wigs, is most like the all back people do. You just all back, wear your wig, all back, wear your wig. That can actually have an effect, said my hair therapist. Like, when you keep doing the same protective style, you start to see the effect. Like, if you're always doing all back, you might actually start losing your edges, because it's always going to the back. Like, you're always pulling on your hair one particular way. So you can see that some parts will just start, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you do braids, you do Ghana weaving, you're always doing center parting. At a point, you see like that middle part that you're always parting will start getting bigger, I don't know if it happens to anybody, but I haven't really noticed it, but that's what they say. I haven't really noticed it for myself, but I think I noticed with the edges, because I was always doing all back. So I tried to switch up on my protective style. So like, this is a wig, and now I have like my mini braids in. If you want to see how I did my mini braids, you can check this video. I have my mini braids in and I'm wearing a wig. So that's because I didn't want to continue doing all back under my wig, so I just did like the mini braids instead. You can just do a style, like instead of all back, just do something like this that will go to the back. You can like just switch up on what you want to do under your wig. We shall know the point is for it to just like go down, like it should just be flat, so your wig can stay properly. So that's just it. Switch up on protective styles, or if it's not, let's even leave wearing wigs aside. Maybe you're always doing braids every time. Braids, no, it's wrong. Or every time Ghana weaving. Well, with Ghana weaving, it's not so bad. So far you're doing different style. Maybe today you do shuku, tomorrow you do all back, but still that front is still always pulling. So maybe today you do Ghana weaving shuku, next time you can go and do braids, next time you can go and do all back Ghana weaving. But I feel like it's a normal thing. Girls like to switch up their hairstyles, But there are some people that they do the same thing every time. Don't, please. Especially if you're wearing wigs. Well, most of us are guilty of that. You do the same all back every time because you're wearing wigs. Don't, please. Switch up on that. So another tip is to sleep with a satin scarf or use a satin pillowcase. So we know so you can use a satin scarf or a satin air bonnet. We know how these air bonnets usually walk around. Like, you literally sleep with your air bonnet on, and then you wake up and see it on the floor, or you sit in the kitchen because it has already gone to the kitchen to party. So like, we know how they do all of that. So like, if so there's sometimes when I would wear my air bonnet, put my satin scarf, but still, you could still like go out. I don't have a satin pillowcase, but yeah, you could still get a satin pillowcase. So even if all of that goes out, you still have your satin pillowcase. The point for all that is because satin material is very like friendly to the hair. It's very nice to your hair. Like, it's not harsh. It won't like just rip your hair like you're sleeping and you just turn to the side. If you have a cotton pillowcase or whatever other material, you could just like pull out your hair that way. But if it's a satin pillowcase, you're fine. Like, you can turn around, toss around, do all of that. Your hair is fine. So that's just it. Give yourself a scalp massage. Can be every day, but make a conscious effort to give yourself one often. Scalp massages are underrated. I read somewhere like your head or your scalp is the last place blood goes to. Like, your blood is going everywhere, like tending to every part of your body, but it goes to your scalp fine, but not as much as you want it to. You get? So you have to like give yourself scalp massages. To even make it better, you can go upside down, put your head down, so like you can let the blood flow into your head and massage your scalp. You can do this every day. You would see the results. I've been lazy with it, but there was time I did it every day for a week and I saw the results. So like, give yourself scalp massages every day, or maybe every wash day. When you're shampooing your hair, just use that one to massage your scalp. 2-in-1. So it's always good. It helps like with proper blood flow in your scalp. Then you can try an egg yolk mask. I will say we'll talk about hair mask later, but yeah, this is just one extra tip. So you can try egg yolk mask. I think they say it has protein, or I don't really know all about the scientific part, but I know how my hair feels when I put in egg, like, and rinse it out whole. It feels like butter. It feels so good. So like, just pamper your hair. That's just the thing. We'll talk about a mask later. Do a hot oil treatment. So this is another, we said you can massage your scalp every day, yeah? So once in a while, apart from just like massaging your scalp, you could just like heat up maybe coconut oil or mix up any oil you have and use that. All these are just to ensure proper growth. And I told you like we have 2 sections. So like hot oil treatment, your hair will thank you. Be like, oh, I love you so much, thank you for taking care of me. That's the vibe you want to get. So drink more water for hydrated hair, especially with this weather. Like, we know our sun is intense. There was a time I went out and I did not wear a face cap or like any cap. Like, I didn't cover my hair. My hair was crying. Like, the sun was eating on my scalp. It was terrible. It was really bad. Like, I got in and I just stayed under the shower. Like, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. I forgot to wear my face cap. I'm sorry. Like, I was talking to my hair, obviously. So like, you want to keep your hair hydrated. Leave-in conditioner, drink a lot of water, more leave-in conditioner, especially if your hair is like out at that point. It's not in a protective style. I think then I just finished with my hair wash day and all of that. Let's talk about how my hair is now literally a spoiled brat. So today I just like went out and packed my hair. Like, I just tucked my ends in, went to the bank, and the sun wasn't so much, but it was really hot, and my hair was literally crying. Like, my scalp was just, no, it's too hot, I don't like the sun. And I'm like, shut up, bitch, we're almost home, let's just get inside. And she's like, why did you not wear a face cap? I had to get home and like do a cool wash ASAP, like pour water on it so she can cool down. It's probably practice. Just make sure you drink a lot of water. It is important, not just for your hair, for your well-being, for your whole body. Like basically every part of your body needs water. Water, you not get any me. Mommy, water. So yeah, then the last but not the least, invest in good hair products. They know they tell you twice. But anyways, yeah, we know people that take care of their skin. You should know, like, you also have to do the same for your hair, baby. And the fact is, you won't use as much product on your hair as you use on your skin. Like, most of you know my hair brand. I've had products for almost, last time I got products was like 3 months ago, if not more than that, and I still have most of them there. Like, it's not like you're packing, just pack. No, you just very light. It's just necessary. Just invest. Like, you could spend today, and funny, you could even get all the products you need for like 20k or less, and you have it for like 6 months or more. Just invest in good products, so when you go out under the ash sun, you come back, you know you have your leave-in conditioner, you have to wash your hair, you know you have your deep conditioner, you want to do, you know, just know you have it. So like, so invest in good hair products and let your hair say, thank you mommy, thank you for taking care of me. And basically that's just it. So the major thing all of this boils down to is having a hair care regimen. So you know what your routine is going to be, you know how busy you are, you know how you want to fix all of this in. But basically the only thing that takes time is your wash day, because that's when you have to make sure that every other thing you have been doing won't be in vain. Like, detangle gently, wash your hair right, deep condition right, take your time, let all your products sit in, let all your products you get. So just have a good hair care regimen, follow all these tips, and watch your hair flourish, and thank me later. Come back and thank me, because I know you would see the results, so make sure you thank me later. And that is all for today, guys. Let me know if you like this video. Let me know if you have extra tips, because it's an endless list of tips on how to grow your hair. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share this video to a friend, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.